Hey, Shalom Akim. Call Halayim La, Yahawah Bahashem Yahawashi, Bahashem Harakahakadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders, a great millstone, of whom I've grown in this truth under. Shalom to the Akim out there that's pushing the truth, that's laboring in the word, and that's pushing the gospel of the great kingdom that's soon to come. Shalom to the Akwat that's listening in, that's remaining true to the faith and remaining faithful and submissive to their husbands and guiding their children. And shalom to the hopeful elect of the 12 tribes scattered abroad throughout the four corners of the earth. Peace and blessings to you all. Barakatha. All right, so we're going to get into an article here, man. It's coming from Natural News, naturalnews.com. And it says National Guard is increasingly being deployed to staff hospitals to help sell the health crisis narrative ahead of future lockdowns, right? Ahead of future lockdowns. And this is prophecy that's taking place, and we're seeing it. I was actually listening to one of Dabu Seven's live live broadcasts that he does on D Live, and he ran a very detailed scenario, and how blackouts can take place, how they're orchestrating all these things, man, and the way he did it, was so. It was like I said, it was so detailed. Salaki. It was so detailed, that you could imagine, you can clearly see it. You can clearly see this scenario forming right before your eyes. You know what I'm saying? How they can just shut off the power, they could shut off everything, and they could just let it sit, and they could just be watching you. And just watch you. What starts off as hours. Oh, my alarm didn't wake me up this morning. Well, because the lights are out, because the power's out, and it's been out for hours. You never noticed. What turns into hours turns into days, turns into panic, right? And they just sit back and watch the people kill themselves, kill each other, right? Days turns to weeks, then to months. And while the people are, are killing each other off and whatnot, I know I'm steering off a bit from the subject, but it's actually tying itself in. You know what I'm saying? And so while the panic is setting in, and throughout the weeks, people have become desperate. People have turned on each other. Then they come in with solutions, right? They come in with solutions. They come in with we have something to make it all go away, right? So yeah, man. Yeah, that was just me going off of what I just listened to, coming from Dabu 7. But let's get into this article. Man. Because these are the times that we're in, man. These are the times that we're coming into, right? And as the Apostle Tahar coined this year, it is the year of Yahawah Bahashem Yahawashi turning up, man. This is the year of the turn up. Right? This is the year of the turn up, where he's going to turn up the heat. He's going to turn up the heat. It says the globalists had a great time during the C19 health, man, what am I trying to say? Because you can't say these things, man. So, damn. It's like it's so much stuff going down, man. Right? That's why Esau is about to be destroyed. Okay, so the globalists had a great time during the C19 pandemic, because they actually got to play a role of dictator. They got to play the role of dictator, and they enjoyed it. So much so that they're doing everything they can to continue to sell the lie that this health crisis remains the biggest threat to our existence. And thus we are sheeple, and thus we the sheeple must continue to empower the tyrants who just want to, quote unquote, keep us safe. Right? That sounds familiar, right? They just want to keep us safe. Let's go to 1 Thessalonians chapter 5. And let's read let's start at verse 1. Let's just get that. 1 Thessalonians 5 and 1. It says, "But of the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of Yahawah so cometh as a thief in the night. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape." Right? So when that peace and safety is being spoken of, understand that they're about to tighten the grip, and they're about to lock. They're about to lock you into the system, man. Let's continue on. It says, case in point. Now states are increasingly deploying National Guard troops to help staff hospitals after many of these same hospitals fired employees and medical staffers who refused to take the C19 happy juice. Cause and effect. Set up a problem or issue and then solve it with a government solution. Right? Problem, reaction, solution. In Massachusetts, for instance, Guard troops are deployed at 55 hospitals, but it's all part of the rules and conditioning. As shit hit the fan plans, Max Slavo noted, quote, likely being done to get Americans used to seeing the government's boots on the ground in their local towns. The rulers have sent in the military, he wrote this week. And this is the gradualism that you're looking at, man. You know, so while all these goofy ass Israelites out here is angry at GMS talking about oh you shouldn't be talking about the death of this false prophet. You don't see the danger that's all around you. These jokers don't see the dangers that's all around them. We are in Jacob's trouble. We are in Jacob's trouble, and you're going to need someone to call on. And you can't just call on the Most High Yahawah. You see what I'm saying? Why? Because he ain't hearing you. He ain't hearing us no more, man. We need a mediator. We need a mediator. We've always needed one. And now that he's so pissed with us, we need the one that he sent to be that mediator for us. And after he shed his blood, after Yahawah HaMashiach shed his blood, that was what we needed. Now we call on the Most High through his son, Yahawah. And that's how we can get to him. That's how we can have him hear us, hear our prayers, man. You see? And for all these guys that's come against the doctrine, man, you know, saying that there is no Yahawah or denying his works and all these. Listen, a whole bunch of camps fall under that category. A whole bunch of camps fall under that category. Either you denying his existence, or you denying his name, or you denying his works. You will be visited, man. You will be visited upon. Right? And I just had to put that out there, man. I had to put that out there, but this is about to go down. And these people don't see it. These people do not see it, man. This is Ezekiel, Slakia. This is 2nd Esdras. 2nd Esdras. 2 Second Ezra chapter 15, verse 17. Second Ezra chapter 15, verse 17, it says, "A man shall desire to go into a city, and shall not be able. For because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid," man. You see, when they come into these hospitals and they come into these different venues, right, that are essential to you, you know, trying to get you used to seeing all this military presence, it's only going to escalate to this point where you will be barred from going to this place or going to that place through military force, right? This thing is about to go down, man. It says, apparently, according to mainstream media, these National Guard personnel will be assisting hospitals that have a staffing shortage. And you don't think that all this staffing shortage is not by design? You don't think that this is by design, man? Come on. And why is there a staffing shortage? Because people continue to disobey or refuse to get pierced with the experimental gene massaging happy juice, he added, noting that the powers that be created the problem in the first place with a juice mandate for a crisis that has a 98.5% and better survival rate, especially for young, healthy people who have no pre-existing medical conditions. But funny, all these people who are getting this happy juice are falling out left and right. These athletes falling out, dying right on the court. You see what I'm saying? And all of a sudden, it's a mystery. It's a mystery. It's a mystery. It's a mystery. When they all got one thing in common, they all took that happy juice. But it's a mystery, though. All of a sudden, autopsies can't be done, right? Seeing the military on American streets has been a staple throughout the crisis. It all started in New York City, when then Democratic Governor Andrew Cuomo pushed President Donald Trump to deploy the United States National Service Comfort, one of two Navy hospital ships, along with enough military personnel to set up a giant field hospital at the Javits Center. Neither of these assets was used much. However, they did help normalize the presence of the military on American streets in U.S. Harbor and in our cities, man. When the whole country was on a lockdown, you know what I'm saying, during 2020, and people were just seeing all these military vehicles, you know, these tanks and all that stuff being moved around. Listen, man, they've been preparing for this. They have been preparing for this, right? And none of these leaders, none of these so-called leaders amongst Israel has been warning the sheep, aside from GMS and those that teach the likewise doctrine. None of these other camps and none of these other leaders have been warning them, have been preparing them. And they're about to get a rude awakening right now, man. A rude awakening. We were told to do one thing. We were supposed to stay on our watch and to measure the times. This is 2 Ezra chapter 9, verse 1. It says, "He answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself. And when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then thou shalt understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made." Right? And so we seeing these things happening, man. And they're saying it's all for your safety, it's all for your good, right? But the enemy is subtle. The enemy is subtle. That's why we ain't supposed to trust him, man. Let's go there. Let's get that. is the book of Sirach, chapter 12, verse 10. It says, never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust hath not been altogether wiped away. Right? Set him not by thee, lest when he hath overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place. Neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat. And thou at the last remember my words, and be pricked therewith. Who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent, or any such as come nigh wild beast? While we've been seeing all these jokers out here, lining up to get a piercing, let's say, right? To get that happy juice. While we've been watching them, and watching many of these people getting sick and falling out and whatnot. Listen, who's going to pity them? Who's going to pity them? Verse 14, so one that goeth to a sinner and is defiled with him in his sins, who will pity? You see? Let's jump down to 17. Let's hit this point right here. Verse 17, if adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first, and though he pretend to help thee, yet shall he undermine thee. Right? So yeah, I just want to touch on that, man. Get a quick little lesson to the point, man, because it's about to get turned up out here, man. The National Guard's increasing. We about to see military presence everywhere. We about to see we're about to see a ramp up in the wicked measures, right? In the unrighteous decrees. You see, so prepare for these things, man. All right, I want to say, call Halayim La, Yahawah Bahashem Yahawashi, Bahashem Harakakadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders, a great millstone, of whom I've grown in this truth under. Shalom to the Akim out there that's pushing the truth, that's laboring in the word, and is pushing the gospel of the great kingdom that's soon to come. Shalom to the Akwat that's listening in, that's remaining true to the faith, remaining faithful and submissive to their husbands and guiding their children. And shalom to the hopeful elect of the 12 tribes that scattered abroad throughout the four corners of the earth. Peace and blessings to you all. Barakatah. Shalom.